Welcome to Try to Thrive, the podcast where passion meets endurance and every finish line is just the beginning. We're here to inspire, challenge, and share our journey through swim, bike, run, and beyond.
This episode is sponsored by Netbox Labs. Hello and welcome to another episode of Try to Thrive. And today I'm sitting here with my dear friend Jan. Jan, I'm very honored to welcome you to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome. It's a pleasure.
Likewise. And we are in a special situation this weekend.
Exactly.
Because tomorrow we are running our very first ultra together.
Yes. So tell us more about it. Where are we right now?
We are in Monschau in the Eifel in Germany. And we are about to run 56K tomorrow. First time for both of us.
Yes.
I've never even ran a marathon before. My furthest distance was 36K.
Oh my God. Come on, man.
So why not go all in on the first run?
It sounds like me making the first triathlon half Ironman.
Yeah. I mean, go big or go home, right?
That's usually what we do with the last few weeks.
It is, but it's also... I've chosen this route. This one is on me, and it has about 950 meters, not feet, meters of elevation. So that's about like 3,300 feet roughly of elevation. And it is supposed to be a very scenic route, very beautiful. Some old cities that we're going to see during the run, and we've been exploring the area by car today, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been just after the Ironman, half Ironman in Krakow last weekend. And I did not train specifically for the entire ultra marathon itself, but I know you have been training.
Yes.
And today I would like to get a little bit more of understanding how you trained. What were your priorities? How did you manage? Because you're a family father, right?
Yes.
We had an episode back maybe a year ago, like roughly half a year ago, about keto.
Yes.
So I would like to talk a little bit about nutrition. We have a lot of things here on the table. For those of you who are looking at us on YouTube, there's a lot. But for those of you who are not and only listen to it, I'm very sure that we will go through it one by one.
Yes.
Let's start exploring. There's a lot of topics that we want to cover.
It is. Let me set the baseline, right? So where did I start at the beginning of the training block? I trained for about, I would say 6 months, roughly 6 to 7 months. And when I started, I was probably averaging 15 to 20K a week. So
15 to 20K.
Very little running.
Kilometers.
Yes. Very little running.
Okay.
The challenge that I had in particular with this training block is, as you know, I live in East Frisia, which is not known to be hilly, to put it that way.
Tell us a little bit more. Where exactly is it?
It's in Emden, and it is so flat that on Easter you can see who's visiting for Christmas. It's as flat as it gets.
Yeah, it's in the next to the North Sea, or very close to the North Sea.
Very northern western of Germany. Yes. And the highest elevation that I could use to train outside is a 15-meter hill. 15.
Yeah, 15.
Yes. So I had my AI agents. As you know, we sell AI agents for businesses. So, of course, I had to build an AI agent to guide me through the training. I was sharing all the runs. I was mapping out the specific training blocks for building the baseline, doing some speed work, doing some hill work.
Okay.
And I was structuring the 6 months pretty well. But then, as you say, you have a plan, and then God punches you in the face, or life punches you in the face, right? So
I know that by heart.
I started training in probably around November last year, so 9 months ago by now, at the time of recording. In December, I got really sick.
Oh yeah.
So I was off training for 3 months. With several stays in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. And essentially I was reset to baseline in February. And then I restarted training on February. I joined a gym, a 24/7 gym, because as you said, I'm a father of two, and I'm a business owner, and I'm a husband. a lot of balls to juggle. So my training usually started at about 4 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. That's usually when I went to the gym. Then I did my run on the treadmill, because February, Northern Western, I don't like to be out there.
Me too.
So I was training probably 90% of this entire training block is on the treadmill.
Oh, damn it. I've seen some of your workouts on Strava, which were like 38 kilometers.
Yeah, 36 was the longest one, yes.
On the treadmill?
4 hours 19.
Come on. And you started at what time?
I think that one started around 4:45 a.m. or something.
Oh, man.
On a Saturday.
You're brutal. If you can survive that on the treadmill, I think very sure you're going to crash it tomorrow.
We should be fine, yes. Yeah, but the reason was that particular session involved 650 to 700 meters of elevation. So I did in this particular run, I did a 10K warm-up.
Right.
And then I did 4 reps of 1.5K at 10%.
That's crazy.
So that's 600 meters.
Right.
With a little break in between. And then the last 20K of that run, or the last 18 maybe, I ran at 2%.
Okay.
As a steady incline. So that's about 700, 750 meters over the total run. Because imagine getting 750 meters of elevation on a 15-meter hill.
No,
so you would run. I did run on that hill 3 times.
Right.
The longest session I did on that hill was 30K or 32. I ran for 3.5 hours in circles around that freaking hill.
Guys, he's crazy.
I'm stubborn. Let's say I'm stubborn.
Okay, yeah.
So it was funny. The first time you see people who are taking the dogs out for a walk, who are just having a walk around, it's a very beautiful place. But you see people walking there, you see them once, okay, hi. You see them twice, hi. You see them for the 3rd time and they think you're dumb. So that was fun, because I saw them like 10 times eventually.
Oh, that's cool.
But that was one of the challenges. When I structured the blog, obviously you build up the mileage over time. And the furthest I've run in a week was like 60, 65K. Mm-hmm. So that should be enough for a 56K ultra, I would say. But as I said, the most runs were on a treadmill to get the elevation, because otherwise there was no chance. I would have run 80K around that hill to get 700 meters of elevation. That's just not feasible. What I also did, going back to the training, is my AI, of course, had different types of runs for me. So like easy runs, threshold runs, long runs, the usual stuff that you would see on training plans. The other type of exercise I did a lot because of the elevation is leg training. So I did a lot of Bulgarian split squats for single leg strength. So you do a squat on one leg, put some dumbbells in your hands, and then you do split squats. Box step ups and step downs on a treadmill. I did like 45 minutes on Stairmaster, where you just go like I think it was like 100 levels of elevation or something like that that I did in 45 minutes. So it's I did a lot of that strength conditioning for the legs to survive the elevation gain. And yeah, mostly in the mornings. And you also mentioned keto. I still do eat keto when I'm not running. But I had a couple of runs when the long run started to go beyond the half marathon. Like half marathon on keto, you can do it. You won't run the fastest time, or I won't run the fastest time. If I get some carbs like we have on the table, then I can run a little bit faster. I'm fueled better. But I can do a half marathon on keto. I can do a half marathon fasted. But I had a couple of runs in particular were around 21 to let's say 30K, where I was experiencing problems with hypertension in the head and with nausea and with cramping in the legs and stuff. So I figured eventually, okay, it's time to try something else with nutrition. For those runs before, I would bring bacon with me. I would bring salt with me. I would bring water with me. No carbs. But then eventually I had a conversation with the AI agent and said, okay, I have these and these and these symptoms. What do I do? I wanted to stay keto because in general I feel better when I'm on keto. But I realized for the position that my body was in, it was not trained well enough to run the distances on keto for me. So that's when I started experimenting. Like we have these little boxes here, or these little pouches, where I started experimenting with maltodextrin and fructose and how much salt do you put in and how much magnesium do you put in and things like that. And that was also a learning curve, actually. I never really got into the gel route, like buying pre-made gels and stuff. I'm too cheap for that. I didn't want to do that. So I always started, okay, let's make my own gel, make my own fueling. And I started with 15 grams of maltodextrin, 15 grams of fructose, and then I did some electrolyte powder. So a mix, not just salt, but you had magnesium, you had potassium, you had all those generic things that would go in a regular, pick anything from Amazon electrolyte powder. And I put that into my mixes and put then one mix per flask. And I had this run, there was a 30K on that hill. And by 22, 23K, I had this pounding headache. And I had the cool thing is with that hill, there's a parking spot nearby, so I put the car there. And then I had my own aid station. So I would run 6, 7K, go back to the car, refuel, put the flask back with water, and then put the mixture in of fructose and carbs and stuff. But I realized that I had too many electrolytes in that. So I overdid it. And that was a learning experience as well. I had this fancy powder. I was like, oh, I'm all set. I'm professional. I have this electrolyte powder. Don't. And then I stopped the run short, actually. I had to do 30. I stopped at 23, something like that. And then I was pretty much knocked out for the rest of the day. Wasn't feeling well. So again, back to the AI agent. What did I do wrong? Blah, blah, blah. I had this, that, and the other thing. And he said, okay, let's go back to just regular table salt. Let's not go with electrolyte mixes, just go with table salt. And since then, I have my mixture of maltodextrin, fructose, and 2 grams of table salt per flask. And then I know I have 2 flasks for about 90 minutes. I would say, so now I'm dialed in. I have my mixture, and I don't have any problems at all. The bad thing is I'm off keto.
Right.
Like we are doing some carb loading right now. We had some good, I won't say the name, but we had some good lunch, and we have 1 kilo of noodles in the kitchen and stuff. So I had some noodles yesterday as well, some pasta. I'm not keto. I will go back to keto, but I will stay with carb fueling for the runs. That's for sure.
Interesting. But there's one thing that I would like you to give us a little bit more information, because you often said, I know that you're very technical and you do a lot with AI, and it's all around the corner, right? Everyone is talking about AI. So you mentioned about AI agents.
Yes.
But give us a little idea of what does that mean. Don't go too deep into the technical details, but if someone would like to experience something same and was thinking about having that, and just give us an idea, what you think was good, what you think was not good, and where do you think it makes more sense to have a trainer, like a person as a trainer?
Yes.
Because you have experienced that over, I think, half a year. So give us a little idea on the background, how you've done it.
Yes. So the background from my AI knowledge is that we sell essentially digital employees to businesses. So we go into businesses, we analyze the processes, we see what is working well, what is not working well. Maybe a business is trying to hire for a position, they can't find someone, so they come to us and say, okay, can we automate this? Can we do this with AI? that was the angle that I took for building this AI trainer. Essentially, I took this framework for building an AI agent that I knew was really well. And essentially, I built this as a digital coach, if you will. So you can give an AI agent a persona, as you know. You can say you act like a marathon coach, a triathlon coach, what have you. And what I did is I built this AI agent in a framework so that it took the persona of, let's say, Stephen Scullion, who is an Olympic marathoner from the UK. Maybe somebody like Kim Gottwald, who's a German runner. Maybe somebody like Nick Bare from Bare Performance. So somebody who I knew, Nick Bare in particular, he's doing a hybrid athlete thing now, and he was doing a triathlon last year. But I know that he's also a business owner. He's a family father. He has the same time challenges as I have.
Okay.
So he has to structure the training in the same way. And I gave this AI agent this set of resources and the set of training approaches that I knew could work for my situation, because I couldn't run 2 hours every day because I wanted to be with the kids, or I had business commitments or whatever. I travel quite a bit for business as well. So it had to work around life, essentially. And I built this AI agent in Telegram. I like this for AI chats a lot because I don't have any humans that I chat with via Telegram. It's mostly, this is my AI app, if you will. And the cool thing with Telegram is I can just send screenshots of my trainings from Garmin or from Strava. I can send a screenshot to it and say, okay, put this into the training log. And then it pulls out the details from the screenshot. It says, okay, you've ran 32K on treadmill. You had an average heart rate of 150, blah, 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 blah. And then put all the training for me in perspective, and with an agent, compared to just using like ChatGPT or Claude, you have autonomous actions that you can build into this trainer. So my trainer was automatically reminding me every day, okay, today you have this particular workout scheduled. Or the evening before, it would remind me and say, okay, put out all your clothes, pack your bag, if you will, for the gym tomorrow, because you have to get up at 4 a.m. You don't want to put your bag at 4 a.m. You want to have everything set and ready so that you can grab your things and go, jump into the car, drive to the gym. And it was those automations that saved me a lot of time and that made it very easy. It also helped me a lot with analyzing the nutrition, because I could just photograph all the labels from the maltodextrin and from the electrolytes and all those things, and it knew exactly what I was taking.
Okay.
And then I could tell it, okay, I refilled these Salomon flasks 4 times over 20K. So it knew exactly how much water I was taking. And then I could say, okay, I put 3 mixtures of my carb mix into these flasks. So it knew exactly, okay, one mixture is like 60 grams of carbs. It would calculate how many carbs did I do per hour. I could tell it, okay, it was very hot in the gym, or it was quite cold, or I wasn't feeling well. When I came back from this health issue in February, I was saying, okay, I had this condition. How do I go back into training? How did I start into training? And to be honest, I wasn't really missing much. I wasn't missing a human element there. I wasn't missing talking to a human coach or something like that, because I always asked this agent, what would Nick Bare do? Or how would Stephen Scullion judge my workout? And if you pick reference personas that have a lot of materials online, that the AI can research a lot about and can know a lot about their training approaches, it can put it into the same perspective. It's not like you are talking to this specific person. That's not the level it will go to. But for me, it was enough to give me confidence in that I'm actually trained well. And then the second thing was, I had this AI agent I built for myself. I had the judgment of my Garmin, and I wear this Oura ring. And Oura now also has an AI health advisor. They launched like 6 months ago from the time of recording. And if my AI agent and the health advisor from Oura say the same thing, I think I'm set.
Evidence.
Yes, I think that's 2 sources. That's good enough for me at this point.
You see this bike behind me? Every component, the drivetrain, the brakes, the shifting, it all has to work together perfectly. One thing out of sync and you feel it immediately. Networks and infrastructure are exactly the same. And that's what Netbox Labs does. They are the central nervous system that makes complex networks and infrastructure easier than ever to operate, observe, automate, and secure. Whether you're a network engineer managing thousands of devices or a CTO who needs to know that everything is running the way it should, Netbox gives you that holistic view, eliminates the silos, and puts you in total control. Companies like Cisco, JP Morgan, and Riot Games trust them with their critical infrastructure. So if you're in the network and infrastructure space, check them out at netboxlabs.com. Big thanks to Netbox Labs for supporting Try to Thrive.
I know that AI sometimes has the problem of forgetting stuff. Mm-hmm. And now if we think about a timeline of 6 months, how did you make sure that training that you have done a couple of months ago, it wouldn't forget put into perspective, which a coach would have in mind? Because you would, he would have the full picture documented somehow, maybe in an Excel sheet or whatever, or in an app. How would you manage this?
It's essentially the same thing. The coach only remembers what you did 6 months ago if he logged it in an Excel sheet or whatever tracker he uses. With the AI, it's the same thing. So the way we build AI agents for our customers always is with this consistent memory in mind. So that was just the approach I took naturally, if you will. And essentially, you build your own little database, or the AI already does it for you. In the setup that we use, we trained the AI to always have a database with a set of instructions that it has to follow and, let's say, thought patterns and rules it has to act by and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I gave it this approach for the training as well. So I had my training database, and now after this ultra marathon, I'm going to switch training a little bit. I want to go back to never ran a marathon, but I want to do a marathon next in Oldenburg, which is on the 25th of October, and I want to do it sub 4 hours.
Wow.
Never done it before, so let's see. I don't think tomorrow will be sub 4 because there's a lot of elevation, but I want to do it on a flat surface in October. And I also want to bring back a little bit more strength training because I'm sitting a lot in my day job. I'm working on a desk like yourself, 8 hours, 10 hours a day. So you have to do some strength training and conditioning. And I'm going this hybrid approach path. And now I've updated the AI agent that I used for the Ultra, because Ultra is tomorrow. He served his duty, if you will. The next one has built a hybrid athlete tracker platform for me with a little website and a little app and stuff. Like if you know how to do it, it's quite fast, right? You know it yourself. It's very easy. If you know how to build these agents, you can do a lot with them. Yeah. So I've built my little website. I'm turning it into an iOS app that I can put onto my phone. And
amazing.
It's the same thing. I'm just logging the trainings on Garmin. Mm-hmm. Taking screenshots, uploading them to the AI, and the AI says, okay, this is what you did well, this is what you didn't do well, like yesterday. So today is Saturday, we are running on Sunday. Yesterday, the Friday, I was supposed to do a little strength training in the workout in the morning. Turned out into a full back session.
Oh no! Just before the race. Come on.
Clever, very clever.
Yes.
And I did like leg extensions with 100 kilo and 107 kilo, and then afterwards it was I to the point of AI always agreeing with you. You know, like when you talk to ChatGPT, it tends to always agree. No matter what you say, it doesn't disagree with you. It doesn't discuss stuff with you unless you really prompt it to. My AI agent said, essentially, you stupid dumbass. you shouldn't have done the leg extensions. I've told you, keep it light, keep it easy. My plan was to always keep 4 to 5 reps in the tank and just do a little bit of muscular activation. Yeah.
Here we are.
We'll leave it at that.
Exactly.
But then the AI logged it in this new hybrid tracker already. I can just upload the screenshots as well, and it will show me the progress of how much weight I'm lifting per exercise, how many reps I can take on which weight and stuff like that. So this is the difference to the running focused training. With the strength training, I can see a lot more data.
Yeah.
With running, it's like, okay, how long? In time, distance, heart rate, fueling, and that's about it. That you maybe elevation. Those are like the 5 key facts that I would track for the running. With the mix of running and strength, I can also say what exercises, how many reps, how much weight per exercise, and then I can see with a graphical representation how I'm evolving for those exercises.
Okay. But you know that your Garmin is tracking much more data. So
yes,
if someone from Garmin is listening to that, it would be very helpful if you guys would kick off a nice MCP server for it.
Yes, please make it easier to use your API. It won't be your loss.
Exactly. Anyway, back to the topic. I mean, that is amazing. So what you can do actually with technology today is, I wouldn't say it's replacing trainers. Some people do like to train with trainers, but in your case, you're almost for your own, and it was very helpful for you. But one thing that AI can't do is staying motivated. How did you overcome over all the period of time with all the struggles that you had to stay motivated?
Very easy, actually.
Tell me.
Very easy. My kids.
All right.
Because, as I said, I'm the father of 2 girls. And I always have been a person that took a lot of responsibility for my own words and actions. So we know each other for roughly 20 years by now. And I would say when I say something, I'm doing something. Eventually I will do it.
Yeah.
And that's the example that I want to set for my kids as well. So first of all, I want to show my kids, hey, daddy is working out, so that they grow up in this sport-driven, well, not sport-driven, but that sport always has a place in their life as they grow up. My older one, she's 6 now. I'm starting to get her to jog with me. I think 6 is like, we are jogging like 200 meters. Not much, but I would just want to get her moving, right? I want to see if she enjoys it or not. Then if she enjoys it, we'll do it. If not, then she's free to do something else. But I want to set the example of I choose to do hard things because I know hard things will grow me as a person.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'm afraid to death by is raising kids who will avoid difficult situations. So being motivated was actually in this regard very easy because I knew if I didn't do the training, I would fail at this big goal. And it's not an option to fail at this ultramarathon. It's not an option to not finish this damn run tomorrow because I've promised my kids, hey, daddy will call you during the run. We'll show you, like, as I said, it's quite a scenic route. So we'll show some beautiful places tomorrow. We'll call them, we start at 6. They probably wake up around 7. So probably maybe by 8 or 9, I do the first call tomorrow. And then I show them where we are at and how much we have to go and things like that. And I don't want them to have a father who doesn't live up to his words. That's the motivation.
Very good example. You're a very good example, father. Then
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm not. It's not perfect, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows. But first of all, I knew I'm paying the gym every month, so I might as well use it. And I've told a few people who I value a lot about this goal, and this is also part of the reason why we get along together, because we are the same thing in this regard. And it's for me to tell somebody, hey, I'll do this thing, and then to not do this thing, whatever it is, can be the smallest thing, but if I don't do this thing, but I've promised you I will, I know that I'm disappointing that person, and I know that this person will think, well, Jan said he will do it, but he didn't.
But it was clear he won't.
No, but maybe not even that. But then what's the effect? The effect is the next time I tell you something, I will do it. You think maybe he will, maybe he won't. And I don't want to have this stopped in the other person. Like I want you to know that when I tell you I'll be there at 10, you know I'll be there at 9:45. And that's the second part of motivation that I had for getting up at 4 a.m. most nights.
That's interesting. That's very motivating, I hope, for a lot of people out there listening to that podcast.
Hopefully. I mean, you can get the one book I would recommend in this regard, if I may, is Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. He's a retired Navy SEAL, and he has this book about taking responsibility for everything that happens related to what you do. So he calls it leading up the chain of command. So in the military, you have this chain of command, and people always in the military, there's this theme of I'm just following my orders. I'm not thinking for myself. I'm following my orders. Well, if your order was wrong, why did you execute that wrong order? You should think and give feedback back to the military, to the top level, and say, did you fully think this through? And also on the way down to your subordinates, if they do something wrong, it's your damn fault because you didn't give them enough context. You didn't give them clear enough instruction to actually execute.
Right.
And that's also, that helped me a lot tremendously in my business journey as well. Like when I'm working with my employees or with freelancers or with my customers, I need to make sure that everyone around me has the context to execute in the matter that they should. I had a meeting this week with somebody who wants to do an internship with us, the son of a mutual friend of ours. And I told him the one thing, I don't care that you are not familiar with AI tools. It's an internship to see if you like it. I don't expect you to be familiar. What I expect of you is you tell me if you don't understand something. I don't want you waste half a day researching a problem, trying to find an answer that I can give you in 5 minutes. Come to me and tell me, boss, I don't know about this thing. Can you help me? Mm-hmm. And then I will tell you if I can help you or if I can't help you. If I can't help you, I put you in the right direction to see where you can get the answer.
And you improving the process as well.
Yes.
It will make it clear for other people in the future.
Of course, it's always reusable.
Right.
It's always reusable. And I take the same approach with training as well. Like, I had so many sessions go wrong where like, the good thing is when you run a lot on the treadmill, the toilet is always nearby. So I had countless runs where after 4 minutes I had to go, and after 10 minutes I had to go again. And then, you know how it is with the kids, they bring up all sorts of infections. My daughters were in kindergarten and in pre-kindergarten. They bring home something every other week. So I was running with a lot of stomach bugs and some smaller infections and stuff. But that was a good thing running in the treadmill, because you can always hit pause on the treadmill, go to the loo, and then come back and execute again. And maybe you run slower because of that, but I still got the damn running.
Exactly. But the one thing I think needs to be improved from your side is that you have feedback.
Yes.
You need to have feedback
Yep.
from someone who more or less sometimes train with you and gives you the right impulses in order to do certain things better, how you can improve. Maybe you will find someone who will be able to do that in the future with you.
Might well be, yeah. That's one thing that I didn't have. Like I remember we did a session once where you recorded me on the treadmill to see, okay, how's the foot placement and how high do I put the heels and stuff like that. I was doing a lot of studying and getting a feel during the run. That's also a good thing on the treadmill. It's very consistent.
Yeah.
So you can develop a really good body feeling on the treadmill, I think. You can get a lot of feeling, how high do I actually pull my knees, and how far back do I swing my heels, and do I land on the midfoot, and do I pronate a lot and stuff like that. You can get a certain feel for it, but I agree with you. Having someone experienced who has like 10 ultras would probably have been beneficial.
Yeah.
It definitely can't hurt. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. But we will see tomorrow.
We'll be there. We'll go through the end. Eventually, we'll go there.
We go there. We're gonna finish the damn ultra. Our first damn ultra.
Yes.
First time for me as well. I have done marathons in the past, but I think my last marathon was the marathon during the Ironman.
Yes.
Let's see.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I think I've lost a little bit training over the past few weeks again. I think that will be a completely different episode that we will talk through. But yeah, so we have a lot of things here on the table, right?
Yes.
So we have some flasks. We have some, we already spotted it here. We have some plastic bags that are filled with some ingredients.
We have a lot of more in this backpack.
Exactly. So that is our fuel.
Yes.
Because what is really important as well to understand is while you are training with certain type of fuel, you should be able to use that in your race as well, because that is very important. You should not rely on something that is an unknown factor for you. This is like a beautiful backpack.
The running vest from Salomon.
We had a discussion about that. How much money you would spend for such a backpack like this. We will not tell you the details.
Too much.
But it is too much for me. But hopefully it will do you good tomorrow. So you have your fueling in here. You put your flask into that backpack and you will run with this backpack.
I even have changing clothes in here.
Oh, that's
I do have a spare shirt and spare shorts, because one thing I've learned during the treadmill runs, like you sweat like crazy on the treadmill, and that's you don't have any wind coming at you and stuff.
Yeah.
And what I learned is after about 18 to 20K, changing clothes, just changing into dry clothes makes me feel like a new runner.
Okay.
So that's why I'm bringing those with me. We'll see if I use them tomorrow. I don't know.
Otherwise,
but
you will carry that for 56 kilometers.
that's true, but they weigh nothing.
Exactly. True.
They weigh nothing.
True.
And what's also cool is like when we were preparing these things, we have name labels and stuff, so we know which one is Chris, which one is mine. And we mixed some just with carbs, some with carbs and salt, and some with carbs, salt, and magnesium.
Yeah.
So that we can fuel properly.
That is actually a very good tip, to not confuse them, right?
Yes.
Because as you said, you don't want to overdo on certain nutritions during the one which can make you feel bad instead of improving it.
Yes.
And we have something funny here as well.
Rescue blanket, yeah.
Emergency blanket. So hopefully we will not need to use that tomorrow. And by the way, tomorrow it should be around 30 degrees here.
Yes.
So
86 Fahrenheit for those watching from the US.
Exactly. So that will be very hot tomorrow. And it's almost 7 p.m. I think we need to have another refuel here as well and to stay hydrated. Any last words from your side, Jan? What can you give someone that maybe wanted to run a ultra or a marathon that is just a starter as we are? Any last words from your side?
I would say be persistent. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
That's a good one.
And don't race it. I think you can't force this training. Like I did so many slow runs that standing for themselves based on the time, I almost felt embarrassed. But it's the hours, the time on feet. That's what builds the base. And I've learned so much about myself in this journey as well. I like running because it puts you in uncomfortable situations. Mm-hmm. Either you are running shorter distances and you have to push harder because you are fast, or you do longer distances, which I prefer because you go a bit slower, but I think it's a longer mental battle. Mm-hmm. Because you can run a half marathon. You can maybe I can run a marathon as well. I've never done, but from 36 to a marathon, that's not that far off.
Right.
But after like 30K, when your mind starts playing tricks on you and saying, hey, you can take this walk break, or you can go a little bit easier. Maybe we cut it short at 32. That's plenty. Who runs 32 kilometers? That's exactly the type of negotiations that I face as a business owner every day, because there's all sorts of challenges coming at you. You know this as well as a business owner. And as a parent as well, because you are always in debate with your kids. I love my kids too hard. I love my wife, but there's always some battle always is going on. And I feel like when you run longer distances, for me at least, first of all, it gives me time to be with myself and to think through situations that I'm facing in business and in life. It makes me clear about the priorities that I want to set and how I want to behave around the people that I care about. And it gives me confidence in me as a person. Because if I can endure 4 hours on a damn treadmill, nothing in business can face me. And nothing my kids throw at me can face me.
I agree. And if we win this battle tomorrow,
we will,
then we will let you know in the next episode of the post-run.
We can do the review tomorrow after the run.
Exactly. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that right away. Jan, thank you so much for giving us all this information about your training, about your nutrition, about your AI agents that you built to help you stay consistent with the training and build the plan, and also the good motivation that you get on a daily life in order to stay motivated. And what we would like to give you as a listener is all that information, and hopefully you can take it and also overcome some situation like Jan did.
Plus, we always cook with water, right? Everybody is the same thing.
Exactly.
We're all in the same boat. Like, just get started, just do it. Start from where you are at, because feeling bad about where you are at doesn't get you anywhere.
Exactly.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Jan. All right.